Good afternoon. Welcome to Grain TV. It's January 28, 2014. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right here is Brock Shimano to help break down a relatively quiet trade session in Chicago. Let's jump into the quotes here and see where the grains closed out the day. Corn was up 1/4 cent. Soybeans off 2 1/4. We had Chicago wheat up 2 1/2 cents. Kansas City wheat off 1/2 penny. So as I said, really not a lot to talk about in terms of price action, but I do think that there's some good things to take note of on the technical landscape, specifically when we're looking at soybeans here.
Yeah, you know, soybeans, we did have a little bit of a mixed trade here today. We initially started the day off positively, but we ran up and met some resistance right around that 100-day moving average, which was in the 1290 area. We fell down from there, ultimately ending the day down 2 1/4 cents, but we were quite a bit lower. We did get some support on the low side from the bottom side trend line there that we have drawn on the chart. We also got some support from the 200-day moving average. So it's good to see us get some technical support there, but it looks like this market's mostly range bound here over the last few sessions.
Yeah, you know, it looks like it's finding a little bit of a bottom here from some hard days of selling really to, early in last week. But I think there's some important things to take note of here on what we're seeing out of South America. Take a look at the precipitation map for today. We're getting good rains in northern Argentina, and that is important right now because some traders are concerned about that northern Argentina area in particular. Another thing, yesterday we saw private analysts out of Brazil expect the Brazilians to export 2.5 million metric tons of beans during the month of February. That's up from just under 1 million metric tons last year during February. So a very large quantity of South American beans is getting ready to enter the global market here during the month of February. And I think that when you have a story like that and kind of the technical landscape right now, if we can make a run toward $13, if you're still holding on to old crop beans, might not be a bad place to at least look at making some sales, given the very large quantity of South American beans here getting ready to hit the market.
Let's turn our attention to the corn here. If we take a look at the March corn contract, the technical landscape, you can see that we've rallied over the last several sessions as well. Not substantial rallies, and we had a relatively quiet trade here today, but we did meet some technical resistance around that 434 area. Something that was initially supporting us early on was an export sale going to Spain, 110,000 metric tons there. So it's good to see some more demand coming back to the United States, especially on the export market.
Yeah, you know, we are kind of retesting the highs that we printed the day following the January 10th USDA report. We're going to have to see some good demand side numbers enter this market, in my opinion, to see a strong move above that area. Tomorrow we are going to be getting EIA ethanol numbers out. If we remember last week, we saw a very strong week in terms of weekly ethanol production. I wouldn't expect a very strong number this week just based on what we're seeing out of the ethanol crush margin. Take a look here at this chart. This details where that crush margin is sitting in dollars per bushel in eastern Iowa. And you can see here that really since January 10th, we've really seen the ethanol margin back off. Right now sitting about $2.60 per bushel. That compares to about $3.07 prior to that USDA report January 10th. So with those in mind and kind of seasonally what we expect out of ethanol production, I wouldn't expect ethanol numbers to be a strong bullish factor here for the corn market over the next couple weeks or so. I think if we're going to see a good rally, it's going to have to come from feed usage or export numbers as we saw today. You
know, something that was rallying or helping the wheat market rally here a little bit was another export sale going to Egypt. We sold another 60,000 metric tons of soft red winter wheat to Egypt. So that's good to see us continue to win some of those tenders going to the Egyptian market and keep a little bit of a bid underneath this wheat market that's in dire need of some bullish news.
Yeah, it seemed to be helping out today, but you know, as we looked at the quotes there at the beginning of the show, really not a lot of changes. Relatively quiet day on a Tuesday. We'll have to see what tomorrow brings. As I said, keep an eye coming down the pipe this week. EIA ethanol numbers out on Wednesday. We have export sales on Thursday, and we'll help keep you posted on both of those here on Grain TV. Thanks a lot for joining us on a Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.